The phone rang at exactly 302 a.m. Not 301. Not 303. Exactly 302. That was the first thing that broke me, because nothing in life ever happens that precisely. I did not answer. The screen glowed in the darkness. No name, no number, no country code, just light, cold, and waiting. It stopped. 3 seconds later, it rang again. I was already awake. My heart was already racing. My room already felt wrong. The air was heavy, like the room was holding its breath. The walls felt closer than usual. The silence felt intentional. I answered. Before I could speak, the voice spoke first. Do not turn on the light. My hand was already halfway to the switch. I froze. The voice was calm. Too calm. Like it had practiced. Who is this? I asked. A pause. Not silence. Breathing. You never listened the first time. The call ended. I sat in the dark for a long time, convincing myself it was a prank. A glitch. Someone playing games. But my hand was shaking, and I did not turn on the light. That was the first night. The messages started the next morning. Do not drink the coffee at 9:15 a.m. I ignored it. I laughed at myself for being scared. I poured the coffee anyway, at exactly 9:15. The machine screamed. Metal snapped. Boiling liquid exploded across the counter. People screamed. I stood frozen. The message came again at 11:57. Do not take the elevator at noon. At noon, the elevator stopped between floors. 6 people trapped. No signal. No air. At 6:45 p.m. Leave work early today. I left at 7:02 p.m. A car lost control, smashed through the sidewalk, killed the man who normally stood where I smoked. I threw up in the street. The phone rang again. That night, 302 a.m. You see now. Who are you? I whispered. You. In 6 months. I laughed. A sharp, broken laugh. That is impossible. The voice did not argue. It waited. You said the same thing before the accident. The word accident. Unlocked. Something buried. A memory I did not know I had. White lights. Machines. Beeping. Pain without feeling. Screaming without sound. I remembered trying to move. Trying to speak. Trying to warn someone. I remembered the doctor saying, he might wake up, but he will not be the same. I remembered a choice. The voice explained, slowly, like talking to a child. You survived. Barely. But survival was not enough. You saw what was coming. Things you should not know. Patterns. Deaths. Moments that never change. You tried to warn others. They did not listen. So, you called yourself. I asked about the rules. You cannot change. Be given. Only survive them. Every warning is a test. Every choice already observed. You are calling yourself because no one else would believe you. My hands were numb. My body felt distant. I asked the question I had been avoiding. How do I die? The call ended. The answer came as a message. November 19th, 302 a.m. I counted the days. 3 months. Sleep became impossible. Food tasted like nothing. Life felt borrowed. Every night, I waited for the phone. Every instruction I followed. My life stopped being mine. It became a script. Friends said I looked hollow. Family said I was distant. I said nothing. One night, the phone rang early. 2:57 a.m. Something is wrong. The voice sounded different. Tired. Cracked. You are not supposed to know this part yet. Know what? That the future you is lying. The silence after that felt dangerous. You are not the first version. There were others. Each one tried to change more. Each one failed sooner. The calls were not warnings. They were corrections. Every time you tried to escape, the future adjusted. I understood then. The future version was trapped, maintaining the loop, making sure events stayed intact. If I stopped answering, I would die early. If I kept answering, I would become him. I was not being saved. I was being trained. November 19th arrived. The room felt exactly like the first night. Heavy, quiet, waiting. 300に、The phone rang. I answered. Do not turn on the light, I said. My voice was calm. Practiced in the dark. Somewhere, a younger version of me froze, and I understood the final truth. My life was never being written. It was being rewritten again and again and again until someone finally refused to answer.